kids, it's Pastor Catherine. Today I want to talk with you about a word that we use a lot in church: faith. When we say faith, we mean our belief in God and in the stories of Jesus. Faith can be a tricky thing to understand because faith isn't something we can always see. It's not something we can measure in inches or milliliters. Faith grows inside of us, throughout our lives. Let me show you what I mean. When God created the world and people, God created us from the very dust of creation. That's right, the same materials that make up the earth and the stars, and that's a great thing. And as we grow, our faith begins to grow. Often the first people who help us to grow in our faith are our parents, family, and friends. Through our loved ones, we learn about right and wrong, about how to share and show kindness, and to trust, and to love. Our faith can also grow as we learn in school, but also learn the stories of the Bible, of people like Abraham and Moses and Miriam and Esther, who had deep faith in God and who lived out that faith in the world. Sometimes even scary and hard times can help us grow in our faith because we remember that God has seen us through tough times before and will help us hold on even through the most difficult days. Another way to grow in faith is by asking questions. We ask questions of God and we listen deeply for what God has to say. We wonder about curious things in the Bible, and we wonder about how to make a difference in the world. Church is a great place for asking questions, getting to know people who are different from us, and listening deeply to others. When we do these things, we learn more about God and the world, and we grow in our faith. Now, as our faith begins to grow through our family and friends and learning, through the storms of life and asking questions, our faith begins to bubble up. And it begins to show itself through our words and actions and deeds, like a kind word to a neighbor or standing up for a friend. There are so many things that we do in our lives that show our faith, so that it's not just a faith that grows within us, but a faith that bubbles over. Another way that we can see faith bubbling over is through the rituals in our church community. Rituals like the baptism we're about to have help us to show our inside faith through our outside actions. And today is one of those special days. In just a moment, we will get to see the faith of Skylar's parents as they dedicate her to God and to Old South Church. And we'll get to see the faith of our church community as we promise ourselves right back to Skylar. But before we can do that, let's do this. Will you pray with me? Repeat after me. Dear God, thank you for faith that grows inside us, that we show through our actions, words, and deeds. And we all say, Amen.